Hi everyone, this is Darcy and today I'm going to be doing my NIRA Pro routine live with you guys, showing all my routine with the NIRA Pro as well as answering your NIRA Pro questions because you guys had amazing questions from my last NIRA Pro video. So if you want to do the NIRA Pro with me and answer your questions, keep on watching. We are live, so whenever I do my live videos, at the end I always put the timestamps below so you can jump anywhere in this video, but this video is going to be very interactive with you guys. So if you guys are live, go ahead and ask your questions and I'll answer as I go, or we can also chat at the end. And I have lots of information to share with you guys and tips on this video as well, because I have been testing the NIRA Pro, so I've been using the NIRA Pro exclusively, so I can give you my feedback on how it feels to use it so far. And I'll have another video down the line with my before and afters as well. If you're not familiar with the NIRA Pro, is the newest NIRA release, which is a laser for your face. I have a whole dedicated video on it, going about the technology, showing all my before and afters from using the other NIRA device, which is the NIRA Precision Laser, which I'll also be talking about today, because I actually use both on my routine, but you can totally just use the NIRA Pro, which I'll talk about it today as well. So let's hang out, answer your questions, and get to the tutorial. And again, I'll leave my NIRA Pro playlist on the my NIRA playlist on the description box below if you want more information about the NIRA, because on this video is going to be a real life tutorial answering your questions and giving you some tips of how it feels to use the NIRA so far. So I'm going to put my hair up. And if this video is helpful to you, please give me a like. It really helps my channel, guys. So now let me see. Hi, Tentrix, good to see you. And I'm going to put her question here. As is a laser, any potential for burns? I burn with IPL laser. Let me answer that question as well. And I have other questions too that were sent through the week, and I will address that. Tentrix, thanks for being here. I'm going to turn the NIRA and I'm going to start the tutorial as I answer your question. So first of all, make sure you have a full cleansed face, no makeup, no oils, completely clean. And I'm going to be doing my face and my neck and décolletage today. So I turn it on and I'm going to answer a question really quick, really soon. I'm actually still on level 1, guys. And I highly suggest to start on level 1, even though I have no pain with this laser whatsoever. So to answer your question, Tentrix, it is a laser, but it is a home laser. So as you can see, it's pretty painless and you go to each part and it actually is automatic, guys. So as you can see, I can talk, I can do my treatment, and it's so quick that I might even be done with the whole treatment before I finish answering the question, but I have more questions to answer. So it doesn't burn because you feel like just a small heat, but the heat of the NIRA, which I explained on the dedicated video, is it goes deep in the skin layer, so it doesn't really get red, as you can see, as other lasers. I have not used IPL. I want to use the IPL probably after I'm done with the NIRA. I'll test it out. So I have never used IPL, but the NIRA, as you can see, I'm not red. I am not, it doesn't hurt. This one doesn't hurt at all. And I mentioned before on my other video that with the previous NIRA, I did feel some pain in the beginning, which I'll also talk about it because I'm going to be using today. That sound means you completed 10 passes. And as you can see, it's pretty easy. You just wait for the laser and you go to the next spot. It's so quick, you can get your whole face done in 3 minutes. It's super quick. And that is actually one of the questions, if you guys can hear, that is the fan that turned it on. And it's pretty normal sound because it is a laser, it needs to cool off, but it doesn't stop your treatment. And that completed 10 passes. So it kind of tells you every pass. So yeah, so it doesn't burn because it is very gentle. And you can use this every single day for basically 3 minutes, or depending on the area that you treat. So it doesn't burn. It is very safe to use. And, you know, I usually do one side of my face and then I go to the next side. But I will be showing that. So yeah, so it doesn't have any potential burns because it is not like a laser from the dermatologist. It's a non-fractional laser. So it is pretty safe, has a lot of safety features, and I'll show you some today too. But the treatment is so quick that you can, as you can see, I can do while I chat with you guys. And see, the fan stopped. The fan turns on and off, so it's pretty normal because I had one of the questions from you guys for this week. Because I have a demo on the NIRA video, but the demo I fast forward a little bit so the video wouldn't be so long. So I'm done with my forehead. I'm gonna go to the side here. And you can even use under your mouth here and the nose, which I'm going to be showing. So IPL laser, it's a different type of laser. Again, as I mentioned, the NIRA is a non-fractional laser. So it doesn't cause any redness, any abrasion to the skin, because the heat goes deep into the skin layer and not to the top of the skin. You do feel some warmth, but even on level 5, which I don't suggest to start on level 5 because, you know, you should definitely start on level 1. I'm still on level 1. It does not, it doesn't burn the skin whatsoever. So it is pretty safe. And also this one I'm really interested to know because it also claims that it can help with broken capillaries. As you guys can see, I have around my nose. So that completed 10. Sometimes I do on top, but yeah, it works on top too. That sound is that it completed the treatment. But let's say it's just a safety feature. If I do it like that, see that sound? Bang! Because the laser is not flush to the skin, so it's super safe that if you hear that sound means it didn't complete it. Otherwise, you keep going. So this one, you don't need to press anything. It is a very smart laser, so knows that your skin is completely flushed, and then it charges. I mean, it shoots. But I'm almost done in my face, as you can see. It's so quick. And I have tons of questions to answer, but I'll answer your questions too, and tricks. Let me see which other question you have here. Thank you. I actually used a home laser by Joves, and I had a long-lasting burns on my leg with dark discoloration. It has been a couple of months, and it's still there. Thanks for your answer. Oh, you're welcome. I've used the NIRA laser on my eye area, the precision laser, which I will be demonstrating today as well. And it never caused any burns. And again, it has a lot of safety features, so it is a very gentle laser, and that's why you have to use it daily or at least 5 times a week to see results, because you are doing the treatment slowly. So it is not going to cause any downtime, any burn, and it is a different laser than the IPL laser. IPL laser is a different technology which can help also with discoloration. So check, did you use the Joves for hair removal? Because hair removal laser, see, I'm done with my face already. That's it. So I don't even know, it's been like, what, 3 minutes? Yeah, I've been talking, but that was so quick. So now I'm going to go to my neck and answer the rest of her question. Yeah, so if you did on your legs, sounds like you were using it for hair removal, which IPL can be used for hair removal and also anti-aging. I'll probably test the Joves down the line for anti-aging. They reach out to me, but I don't want to test it right now since I'm testing the NIRA. And as you guys know, I do one device at a time because I want to see which kind of results. Because the NIRA also helps with hyperpigmentation, so I want to see which kind of results I can get with the NIRA. So if you are using IPL laser, it's different than the NIRA. NIRA is a non-fractional laser, so it doesn't burn. The heat goes deep into the skin and is made for anti-aging and wrinkles and dark spots and pores. I've been noticing so far, I started using, as soon as it came out and I did the video, that my pores look a little more refined. And again, I'm not using any other devices, just the NIRA, to kind of see the results. I'm finding that my pore seems tighter since I started using it. And let me see your other question. 10 tricks, thank you for being here. It sounds like this is a different technology, as my skin did get red with Joves and it was aimed at laser hair removal. Yes, laser hair removal, completely type of different laser. Not all lasers are the same. And there's even lasers in the market now that are called fractional lasers. I don't know if they have fractional lasers for home use. I actually did try one that I'm looking at it right now called Palovia, and that is so old. One day I'm going to tell you all about my devices because I've been buying devices for ages. That one I bought, I've been moving, so I've been kind of getting boxes out. The Palovia, which I'm looking at it right now, It is a laser. I don't even know if they sell it anymore. I might grab it later if I have time. That one is a fractional laser. That was for home use. I could never use that one because whenever you use that one, it gives you like dots and the dots will stay. And it was like impossible to go to work. So I only used a couple of times. It was a very expensive laser. It was like 2006. And I just had it on my closet all this time, and I just dug it out as I'm, moving my studio. So maybe I'll talk about all my devices in a video, the ones that work, it didn't work for me. But now the technology is so much more advanced. As you guys can see, you can get the treatment done in 3 minutes, so quick. Now that I'm doing my NIRA routine, I kind of miss it. Having a longer routine because I use it to relax. And now that it's so short, I'm like, I'm done. I want to do more, but I'm not. I'm keeping it just a NIRA laser. And I'm also using the precision laser on my eye hoods, which I will do at the end. But on that note, before I go to my neck, I want to answer a quick question about the NIRA Pro and your eye hoods, because I think that is a very important question. I got in a different video, and yeah, so 10 tricks. If you have any other questions, go ahead and answer and put it on the chat and we can answer you as I'm doing my treatment. But yeah, it's completely different laser than IPL or laser hair removal. This is for anti-aging only, even though IPL, there is a type of IPL that you can use on your face for wrinkles and also dark pigmentation, but I'll test that out later this year. I'm curious about the Jove for that, but I'm testing just a NIRA right now at this moment so I can do my before and afters. And then I'll test other devices. So one of the questions I kept getting is the difference between, which I do talk about it on the dedicated video, the precision laser and the Pro, which you guys can see. Obviously, one of the most common difference is the size. But I find that even though it is a, non-fractional technology, both of them, and NIRA says they're both, similar strength, I don't know, I find the NIRA Pro stronger because I've used a couple of times and I already saw a difference. And in the past, I did try using my precision laser all over my face and it was too painful for the rest of my face. And I didn't really see a difference. Like I've used it on my nasolabial folds for a while. So I don't know, I did not see a difference with the precision, or maybe I didn't use it long enough because I know some of you guys said that you tried on the rest of your face and had good results. So I just want to put that out there. For me, I find that the precision laser, when you first start using it, it does feel a little painful, but you get used to it. I mean, it's nothing unbearable, and it is FDA cleared for the eye area. The Pro is FDA cleared for your face, neck, décolletage, hands, and you can use, I asked NIRA, you can use on the hoods here, but I have not been using because I'm naturally hooded eye person, so I don't have a lot of space here, even though, as you guys have seen on my other previous videos, I show my results with the precision laser, which has helped a lot my hoods to be more open. I don't know if I have the photo here to show you, but it is on my NIRA video. If you want to go check that out. Yeah, I don't have my slide here to show you, but definitely check out my previous NIRA video for that photo. If I can find it, I'll show in this video as well. But that is, from using the NIRA Precision on my eye hoods, which I like it better for this area here, for the smaller areas of the eye. But I'm going to show you now that you can use the NIRA Pro too on the hoods. It just doesn't go to the tiny area. So depending on your eye hoods, it might be best to get the precision laser and, for being more precise. But I have on the dedicated video, the actual complete differences. You can watch that for more detailed differences, but I'm gonna do that on my hoods because I got that question a lot from you guys, and I know it's pretty expensive, even though I do have a coupon code, and I'll put that on the description box below too. I'll put it here, my coupon code. You can save some money with the NIRA, and is an affiliate link, so it does help my channel as well. But I know that, people are saying, do I need both of them? It is really up to you. I always suggest get one device, use it, and then see if you really need anything else. So if you have the Pro and you're interested on using on your eye hoods, you can go ahead and use it. Just know to be careful not to go into your eyes here. And you can just put it here. See, it's going to be a little more tricky. You may get a couple of, like I just heard, missed shots because it does have a lot of safety features. So if you hear a missed shot, that means it wasn't flush to the skin. So you have to make sure, see, it's flush to the skin. So you can use in your eye hoods as I'm showing right now. So I'm going to do the NIRA Pro on this eye hood and the precision on the other. You can kind of maneuver around it, so it is possible to use the Pro on eye hoods if you're interested on trying on the eye hoods and you don't want to get the precision because you don't want to, you know, spend money on 2 lasers. Try the Pro, I think, because it's better that you can use everywhere and it's faster, and I honestly feel less painful than the precision laser. Like, I feel no pain whatsoever. Even though I am on level 1, I have tried on higher levels and I still feel no pain. But even if you don't feel pain, start on level 1 because it's never good to have too much of a strong, you know, laser right from the get-go. Let your skin accustom to the laser. So I wanted to show you that you can use the Pro on your eye hoods. Just make sure to stay away from your eyeballs and make sure it's completely flush to the skin. And you can totally use it like that, as I can demonstrate. But I honestly continue using my precision laser, and I'm going to show you the precision on this other eye so you guys can see the difference. And I will continue my Pro tutorial on the rest of my face. On the NIRA Precision, I'm on level 2 right now. The results that you saw from my last video was on level 1, but I raised to level 2 because why not? But you don't need to raise up too high. All my results was with level 1, which is something to keep in mind also with the NIRA laser, that you do not need to be in pain to get results. As you guys can see, I always start like doing like that, and then I go one next to the other. And with the precision, you have to press this button here. So that is a difference also. And have a mirror in front of you. So see, I feel more of a, not stronger, but it's more a focus heat than I find with the NIRA Pro. But I wanted to do this for you guys so you guys can see the difference of the treating. See, I did one pass. Now I'm going on top of it, like another, a little like above a little more. And that it means a misfire, so you make sure it's also flush. This one also have safety features. And I can get a 3 pass. See, now I'm going, when I first started using the NIRA Precision, I can only do 2 like, you know, passes like that, because my eyes were so hooded. And see, it's a misfire, but I find that I can get with the precision, like right here, where with the Pro I cannot get. Oops. See, like right towards my nose, which is an area that I get. I find the precision a lot more of a precise heat that I feel more on this eye than I felt on this eye. But on the NIRA Pro Precision, I mean, not a Pro Precision, sorry. On the NIRA Precision, I did like 1, 2, 3. But depending on your eyes, you might only be able to do like next to each other, a little above, like twice, you know, 2 rolls. Sorry, words today. I hadn't had my coffee. It's been a, you know, as you guys know, like I'm always on a marathon. So to explain better, with the NIRA Precision, I did 3 rolls. 1 roll closer to this part here, another roll above more, and then the 3rd row all very close to my eyebrows. But when I first started with the Precision, I could only do 2 because my eyes were so much more hooded like that. And you can see on my eye hood lifting challenge how the difference. If I find the photo, I'll put it here because today is just a tutorial routine and answering your questions. But my previous videos have tons of before and after, so make sure to check my NIRA playlist to see more before and afters and my experience, because I've been using the NIRA Precision for many years and it works. It's the best thing that I find for my eye hoods, and they're so much better now, guys, so much better. But you can use the Pro, as I saw on this eye, as I showed you on this other eye, and it feels, I mean, I felt no pain whatsoever. So if you are more sensitive to pain, definitely check the NIRA Pro, and you can use on the other areas of your, you know, neck, décolletage, and hands. I've been a little lazy on my décolletage. I have to confess, I'm focusing a lot on my face. Okay, so again, I'm on level 1, and I'm going, the way I've been doing my neck is I start on my jawline. I've also been noticed this is my little double chin here, which is not right now my double chin. I mean, oh, that's a miss shot. There we go. My double chin right now is not really a double chin, guys, which I'm going to show you what it is right now. I mean, I did gain a lot of weight, but I find that it feels a lot more like loose skin, which got better with See, I'm doing passes like that. So I start with this part here. Because the NIRA, I did ask them, you can use on your, of course, on this area here. And you can use on a thyroid area. I mean, they told me you can. And I had no problems with it. But I've noticed that my double chin, I mean, this area is getting a little more firm. But as I got older, this area is becoming so much more loose, guys, which is, again, has to do with collagen loss, has to do with so many factors. So I'm just kind of doing the circles there, like on horizontal, because I have lots of tech lines. That was a Misfire. And that's sort of how I've been treating this area, kind of focusing more on my tech lines. But the tech lines probably will get better with the laser, but to be honest with you guys, it's hard to get rid of tech lines because we keep doing those movements, and I am guilty as charged to be on my phone late at night looking on my phone, so they perpetuate, but they should smooth out with the laser. So let me ask some, I'm going to check the chat and going to put some of your cash questions here too. So this is a question I got from my NIRA video. It says, what level do you use on the smaller head NIRA on your upper lids? I'm going to answer that as I'm continuing with my décolletage. What level do you use on the smaller head NIRA, she's meant the precision laser, on your upper eyelids? Full power is too strong for upper lids. If the power is too low, will still work as well. Well, I guess I just answered that. For the NIRA Precision Laser, I was using on level 1 for the longest time. I never really ever used the NIRA Precision Laser, which is the smaller head NIRA, this one, on any higher than level 2. But for the photos you guys saw on my previous NIRA videos and all my other videos, that was with level 1 on my eye hoods. And mostly because I'm very sensitive and I couldn't go higher. Now I'm on level 2 just to test it out to see if there's any bigger difference from it. But all my results that you saw in my previous videos for the eye area was on level 1 for the eye hoods. In the past, when I did the NIRA Precision for my under eye, I was able to get to level 3. But since I got results on level 1 from my hoods, I can honestly tell you from using the NIRA for many years, you do not need to go to level 5 to get results. You kind of have to go with your comfort level. And you can raise up if you can. That's fine. Some people using higher levels. I just kept on level 1 and never really raised up because, you know, I felt a little, I didn't want to have any pain. And once my body got used to level 1, for my precision, I just kept on level 1. But you can go to higher levels if you can, but you can still get results on level 1, especially if you're like me and it's really sensitive area here. You can still, and that's it. I'm done with my with my décolletage, and I'm going to continue answering the questions as we go. So that's the NIRA Laser Pro. So I did my face, my neck, and décolletage, and it was so quick. I didn't even get to all the questions, which I will go now to the Q&A and answer all your questions from my last NIRA video, which was the dedicated video on the NIRA Pro, which you guys asked great questions, and that's what I'm featuring on this video today, because it probably could be questions that everybody have, so I will be addressing them. I'm still behind on some of my comments, but I like to answer all the comments very detailed. That's why it takes so long. So if you put your question in the comment, rest assured I will answer. Sometimes it takes a little longer, but a lot of times I answer them as quick as I can. And because I like to be very, you know, very thorough on my answers. And yeah, so let me take the NIRAs here to put it out as I answer the question. So yeah, so that question was, you can still get results on level 1 with the precision. And right now I'm on level 1 on NIRA Pro as well, even though I can actually feel no pain even on higher levels. I'm starting on level 1 on the NIRA Pro, and I'll talk more about it too. So next question. So the fan turning on is normal. The weird sound is a misfire because of the position. What this person is asking is, as you've heard during the tutorial, the fan often turns on and off because it is a laser. It has an internal fan and is very powerful. So the fan turns on to cool the device and turns off when the device is fine, but doesn't affect the device in any way. It's normal. And the misfire is when you try to see, that sound is the misfire, meaning my NIRA Pro was not flush to the skin and it has safety features, so it will not fire the laser unless you're completely flush to the skin. And another thing, but they both have the safety feature. The differences of the safety feature with the Precision is that on the Precision, you have to press this button to fire. Oh, see, I feel more pain with this one than I feel on this one. It's so weird. The Precision laser always feels more painful to me than the NIRA Pro. It's interesting, but you just press the button. But if you press the button and it's not flushed, it will make this weird sound showing is a misfire. I mean, I'm doing obviously misfiring, but sometimes it can be normal when you're doing your treatment to just kind of, you know, not have a flush. So it's nice that it has that safety feature. So that those are all normal sounds, and it makes another different sound when you complete 10 shots. So, I mean, 10 shots. So next question. Thanks for the review. You're welcome. Do you know if you can use the NEWA with this? So now is actually a great time to talk about combining your NIRA with other tools, because as if you guys watch my channel, we're all, you know, device junkies. And I've been using devices, as I mentioned, and I might even jump out and pick up the Palovia, which I don't even know if they sell that anymore, but I think it was like one of the first lasers that came out, even before the NIRA. But I don't think it did well. I don't know if it's still on the market because it was a downtime. And even though it was a home device, who wants to have downtime? I didn't. And I spent like $900 on that device that was sitting on my closet for years. And I just found out as I'm cleaning. So it's something to keep in mind. You got to get a device that you're going to use. And the NIRA technology now is so advanced that no downtime, easy, quick. So that's why you definitely get results. So yeah, so you can use with the NEWA. And the NEWA is a radio frequency device that I have reviewed on my channel before. I still love it. It works. When I did the NEWA video, I used it for 30 days, and I actually used more than 30 days, but I did the 30 days before and after, which was really impressive. And I was only using the NEWA. When I do reviews on my channel, I want to make sure that you guys know that I use a device that I'm reviewing at least for 30 days without any other of my devices. So that way you guys can see which kind of results you can get with that device. And the NEWA is amazing. You have to use it. The difference with the NEWA is that you have to use at least 5 times a week for, you know, from 30 to 90 days. And then you can taper off about twice a week. So my question to you is, depending on which, you know, if you are on maintenance mode with the NEWA or if you are using the NEWA daily. That sound was that the NIRA turns off by itself. If you didn't press the button, it will turn off by itself. So that's the sound. So if you have the NEWA and you are starting with the NEWA, you have to use it for 5 days every day. And if you want to incorporate that with the NIRA, what I would say, and I'll talk about other devices as well, since both devices use heat to, you know, radio frequency, if you're not familiar with it, uses heat on the dipdermis to stimulate collagen production, but radio frequency also heats up the top layer, so you usually get red. But since both devices use heat, I would not use them on the same day. They could be used together, but not in the same day. So for example, if you are using the NEWA and you are starting with the NEWA and you're supposed to use 5 times a week, I would maybe alternate, because the NIRA Pro, you also have to use daily. So maybe use the NEWA one day, use the NIRA one day, and alternate like that. And then when you get your results and you get into maintenance mode with the NEWA, use the NEWA once or twice a week and the NIRA on the days that you're not using the NEWA device. So that is, you know, hopefully I answer your question. And I think I did answer on the comments as well, but I'm sure other people may have the NEWA, and I hope I can help you guys with that question. So you can definitely, probably, I find that if you use them together, probably get better results, because they're both stimulate collagen, and, you know, so that would be great. But the NEWA or radio frequency doesn't help with hyperpigmentation, so the NIRA would help with that. So they may work well together. I'm not using them together right now, but from experience and knowing these technologies, the main thing is to not use them on the same day because you don't want to overheat your skin. And they both have features. They are, I mean, just out there. They will not remove your fat. I have used the NEWA, and the collagen that the NEWA produced on my skin did not like stopped. And even using other devices, I could still feel the results I got to the NEWA because it's building collagen. And yeah, I definitely love the NEWA as a great device, and I have lots of information on the video. If you want to watch a dedicated video, I'll leave it in the description box below. And the NIRA has, you know, is a laser, is a different technology than radio frequency. Radio frequency also uses heat, but is a whole different technology. And the NIRA laser also helps with hyperpigmentation, skin texture, and other things besides collagen production, but it does help with collagen production. So I feel like it would be a good combination if your main goal is to plump your skin and get more collagen. So they can be used together, not on the same day. So I hope I answered that question for you guys. Now let's go to question 4. Can this replace the smaller one, or do I have to get the one for better eye results? And I think I answered that earlier, but I will answer again in case, you know, I can't remember if I did answer that. But as I was mentioning before, the NIRA Pro is the newest NIRA, and you can use the NIRA Pro on your face, neck, décolletage, hands, basically everywhere. And the NIRA Precision is FDA clear for the eye area. It is a more precise heat, and some people have used the NIRA Precision Laser on the rest of the face, and they told me they had great results. I did not experience that. I tried the NIRA Precision on the rest of my face. I didn't see, you know, because it was more painful. For some reason, this is more painful than this one. But you do get used to it. Now I feel no pain with the Precision, but I've mentioned many times in my video, maybe because I have super sensitive skin, I felt a little, you know, something when I started the Precision. With the Pro, from the get-go, I didn't feel any pain whatsoever. I don't really think you need both. It really depends on your on your needs. If your needs are specific eye hoods and you don't have a lot of collagen loss on the rest of your face, or your main concern is wrinkles around your eyes, I still recommend the Precision, because for me, I found honestly the best one for this eye area, and I have dedicated video on it with photos as well, so you guys can see my results. The Pro you can use on the eye area. I will definitely update you guys on my results since I just started using it. I will have a before and after video, so maybe I'll answer that question better in a couple months, because then I'll compare my results with the Pro with my results with the Pro with my results with the Precision. But so far, I've been using the Precision for many years, and I've seen amazing results for the eye area and the hoods. And I did answer before, and I showed on also on the tutorial, that you can use the Pro on the eye area. Since the head is a lot bigger, depending on the size of your eyes or hoods, it may work for you. As I mentioned, I did ask NIRA. If it fits, you can totally use it. But if you have super hooded eyes, it may not completely fit. So you have to, again, see what works best. The Precision has a lot of smaller head, so I find that it really reaches areas that the Pro cannot reach. But obviously, I don't think you need both lasers. Just see which one works best for you and your needs. If your main needs are just eye area, eye hoods, I still recommend the Precision. But if you also have collagen lost, or you want to work on your neck and other body parts, I would highly suggest get the Pro first, use it, and then if you want more results, then maybe down the line get the Precision. It's up to you. So that is my honest opinion. I don't think you need both. I would start with one first and then see if you need the other. You know, I say that about all tools. Definitely get the tool that you love, works for your budget, works for your schedule, use it, and then, you know, use it for at least 3 months, and then see if you need anything else, because the tools nowadays are so advanced, guys, and so they're really, really good. Everything that is in the market today that I've tried, I do a lot of research and I test and show my before and afters, and they work if you use it. So that is very, very important. Another question. I'm using ZIIP every morning. Love it. Your reviews and videos were a thumbs up. Thank you. Where do I fit NIRA Pro and the Precision? Where do I fit NIRA Pro and Precision with the ZIIP? Okay, my ZIIP right now is somewhere. I think it's on my desk, so I was going to talk about it on this video too. But I'm going to show my other ZIIPs here, because I have some of the, I forgot to put in here. But She's talking about the ZIIP Halo, but I also have the previous zips, you know, and my ZIIP Halo is on my desk right now because I forgot to bring it to my my desk. So let me answer this question, and then I might get the Palovia and the ZIIP to show you guys. So she's talking about the ZIIP, and this answer is for any ZIIP, really, the previous versions or the ZIIP Halo that came out, and I have tons of video on my channel. I'm actually using the ZIIP Halo for a ZIIP with me series on my channel, so I'm not using it daily anymore. I'm only using for demonstration purposes, as I'm only trying the NIRA, but I was using the ZIIP consistently before I started the NIRA, and I love it. And I honestly find that the NIRA and the ZIIPs, any of the ZIIPs, are amazing combination. Amazing. Because one of the things I want to talk about from my experience using the NIRA Pro since I started, you know, since I did the dedicated video, is that can be a little drying to your skin. And I have mentioned that on my NIRA Precision Laser tips, which those tips still apply to the NIRA Pro, by the way, but I'm going to have a video with more tips for the NIRA Pro as well, as I'm using it in, you know, getting experience. But one of the things I've noticed since I started using daily is that it can be, just like on the eye area I mentioned to you guys, you feel it can be a little drying because it is a laser. Even though it's home use, no downtime, you have to keep in mind that you are using a laser, and a laser can be a little drying. So it's very, very important to hydrate, which I'm going to talk about it right now, actually, since I brought it here to talk about it. I'm going to actually mask with you guys as we talk about it. One thing I've noticed that, like, I just finished my NIRA Pro as I did in the tutorial, and my face already feels a little tight, because I highly suggest, as soon as you're done with your NIRA, put a good serum on. NIRA has a good serum too, but you don't need their serum. You can get any serums that you have at home, and then follow with a moisturizer. But I've been quite enjoying to mask after my NIRA Pro treatment, and I use this daily mask from Medicube. It's actually a daily mask, which has super cica, green tea, and many aloe vera, so it's very soothing. This is actually a daily mask that I highly, highly recommend. I have, you know, already a replacement after this one is done, because I'm almost done with this one. And I'm finding that this works so well after the NIRA, because I'm feeling a little tight, because again, it can be a little drying. And as I mentioned on my previous NIRA videos, you should definitely, right away, as soon as you're done with your NIRA treatment, put a serum, followed by moisturizer, you know, and this comes with a little, this mask comes with a little tweezer that you can pick up the mask. I'm actually going to be masking right now, so you guys can see that this is super hydrating as I'm answering the rest of the questions, because my face is feeling tight. And that's one of the things I've been noticing, which is normal, which I talk about in many videos about even the Precision, that it can be a little dry. So for better results, I highly recommend, guys, to even insert a couple masks. You know, you don't have to use this daily mask, but I highly suggest either do a mask after your treatment, or incorporate a mask like this a couple times a week for extra hydration. But for sure, as soon as you're done with the NIRA Pro treatment or even the Precision treatment, follow with a moisturizer, your serum, to really lock that moisture, and follow with a moisturizer on top of the serum. So not just serum, not just moisturizer, both, because you want to keep your skin super hydrated to see the best results. And this mask that I'm putting on right now is only 5 minutes, so I'll take it off at the end to show you. It's really brightening and it's so soothing, because that's one of the things I'm noticing, which again, it's totally normal. You're using a laser, it can be a little drying. So on that note, to continue answering that question, because I figure it was really well transitioned to talk about things you can do with the NIRA to get even better results, is use it with the ZIIP. So if you have the ZIIP and you're using, like she said, every morning, I highly suggest you do either the Precision or the NIRA Pro before you do your ZIIP. And then finish it up, at the end. You always finish with microcurrent, by the way. In tool orders, like if you have other tools, you always end with microcurrent, which the ZIIP is a microcurrent device that I have reviewed on my channel. I also leave that review in the description box below if you want to check it out, because they just released the Halo, but I have been using the ZIIP, as you guys can see, for many years. I have the first ZIIP from 2016 and the other ZIIP as well, the OX, And I have the halo on my table right now because I was going to bring to my desk and I forgot. Anyway, so if you have the ZIIP, and that means any of the ZIIPs, I highly suggest to use the treatment called Founder's Favorite right after the NIRA, because Founder's Favorite is a treatment from the app that uses nanocurrent, and that can be super hydrating, super soothing to the skin, and that can get, and also that treatment, the Founder's Favorite from the ZIIP app, also stimulates collagen production. Is not a treatment for lifting the muscles, but is a treatment for nourishing. I'll probably do another NIRA video with even more tips of how to combine with other tools, but I'm just answering the questions on this one right now. So if you have the ZIIP, any of the ZIIPs, definitely use it with the NIRA. It will give you even better results. And honestly, you can use any of the treatments from the ZIIP with the NIRA, but I highly suggest for sure use the Founder's Favorite or the Lift or any of the regular microcurrent treatments with the ZIIP. That way you are, stimulating the muscles. And if you include nanocurrent, which is in the ZIIP, is the only one that has nanocurrent, it also helps to stimulate collagen production, because not all microcurrent devices do that, but the ZIIP does. So definitely, if you have the ZIIP, use the ZIIP after your NIRA device for even better results. So that would be the order that you will go on that. So, and this person is talking about radio frequency. And I think her first question was, oh no, hold on. This person is asking the question about if you can use the NIRA Pro with radio frequency. And her device is the Nebulyft, which I do have it here too. And I have reviewed on my channel here. And I have both Nebulifts as well, and I have done reviews on both of these devices. It is an amazing device as well to stimulate collagen production. It's a very gentle radio frequency. So the Nebulyft is a different type of radio frequency than the NEWA, okay? So that's why I'm actually bringing these devices to this Q&A, because, each radio frequency device, you may treat it differently when you try to incorporate it with the NIRA laser. Why? Because if you have a device like the NEWA that you have to use it daily, is a lot stronger. No, I wouldn't say stronger, is a different type of radio frequency. As I mentioned before, I already answered the question with the NEWA. When it comes to the Nebulyft, it's a more gentle radio frequency. However, it still uses heat to stimulate collagen production. So I would suggest, again, to not use them on the same day. You can, since the Nebulyft is a device that you have to use daily for 10 minutes, there's no really maintenance mode with the Nebulyft, because it is made to be part of somebody's routine and stimulate collagen production. So if you're using the Nebulyft with the NIRA, you can alternate, like use one day the NIRA, one day the Nebulyft, one day the NIRA, one day the Nebulyft, and you can take a day off in, a week if you don't want to do any devices, or you don't even have to take the day off, because they're both gentle heat. So the rule of thumb is just not using them on the same day. But since the Nebulyft is a very gentle device to use daily, you can alternate them. So alternate usages if you have the Nebulyft and you want to use it with the NIRA. So that was her question. How often can you use the Pro? So the NIRA Pro, and the same thing applies to the NIRA Precision Laser, is a treatment that you can use actually twice a day, every day. But you don't need to use twice a day, every day to see results. I often never use it twice a day, ever, but you can. You can use morning and night if you like, because they're both quick treatments. The way I use them is I use them once a day for 5 days. I don't use it daily, but you can use it daily. But I would say to get results, with the NIRA Pro and the Precision, use it every day. Use it at least 5 days a week, every day, or use it every day. Oh, sorry. Sometimes I do a little brain fog when I'm in the lives. We're live. So let me rephrase that. With the NIRA Pro and the Precision, the way I use it 5 days a week, once a day. But you can use twice a day, every day, if you like, but I've seen results 5 times a week, once a day. So it is really up to you, but that is sort of the recommended usage. It's a very gentle laser again, and you truly see results, like final results in 90 days, as I have talked about on my channel. But you should see some results with 30 days and 60 days more results, and 90 days your sort of full results, because that's how long it takes collagen to build. So definitely stick with it and you will see results, but be patient. With 30 days, you should see some good results. And I'm actually already seeing some results with the Pro, as far as like tight in this area here, which I mentioned. I'm finding is not so much a double chin now, but it's just loose skin. I'll be 46 next week, guys. And is it 46? I mean, I keep forgetting. Am I 45? Oh, sometimes I mean, after you reach your 40s, I'm not joking, you kind of forget. I forget to count. But I will be... How old am I? Like, sorry. What is going on with me today? I'm really brain fog. I should have had coffee today. Anyway, let me answer the last questions, but next week is my birthday. I will try to do a live on my birthday is next Wednesday. And then, you know, maybe I'll show my drive license. Because I literally forgot how old I am. I'm either going to be 46 or 47. Jeez, how old am I? Oh my God. Oh my God. As we get older, I swear, my brain is just a fog. I'll be 46. Anyway, I feel older. Anyway, so that, how often can you use? I answered the question. And this, the question is, I just wanted to ask how to use this when using RF devices. And I have answered before on this question, but in general, actually, on this question, I'm going to talk about other radiofrequency devices. That way I put this question here so I can mention, because that question truly means depending on which device you have. RF means radiofrequency. You can use the NIRA with RF devices. Let me take the mask off right now. And you guys can see immediately this mask, I just feel brighter and plump. It's amazing. Oh, I love this mask. And after the NIRA, I feel the skin just feels so soothed, and I would follow now actually with a serum and a moisturizer, because moisturize, moisturize, moisturize if you want good results with the NIRA. So back to the question. So I just took the mask off. If you just joined in right now, I was using, oh yeah, of course. The garden is here, so apologize for the leaf blowing sounds, but we're live. So yeah. That question really depends on which device you have, because there's so many different radiofrequency devices and they're not all the same. It is a maybe similar technology, but some of them are stronger. Some of them are made to use twice a week. Some of them are made to use once a week. Some of them meant to use every day, like the Nebulyft. Some of them you go into maintenance mode. So that question is really specific to what device you have. So I'm going to talk about some of the devices I have reviewed and how you can incorporate these radiofrequency devices with the NIRA, which I have already talked about, the Nebulyft and the NEWA. But I will include other two devices that people ask on other videos. For example, the LUMO, which is by EvenSkyn. The LUMO device is a device that has radio frequency, but also has EMS technology, and many other, like has 9 features. And I have a whole dedicated video on the LUMO. It's a really good device. I still recommend, especially if you're looking for all-in-one. And the LUMO you use twice a week. And it's basically, you only use twice a week. It's very, very powerful. The LUMO has EMS, which is a electric stimulation that it's a very strong current. So the EMS is together with radio frequency, so it is a lot stronger, you know, of device. You definitely feel this device, so you'll have to account for that as well. But you only use this twice a week. So if you want to incorporate, let's say, the LUMO with the NIRA Pro, you can, if you like, but I probably would not, again, use on the same day, since they both have radio frequencies. So you can continue using your LUMO twice a week, and on the days that you're not using your LUMO, you can use the NIRA Pro, and probably will improve your results of collagen production in general. And if you have the Ussera by Medicube, which I recently reviewed, I also have my before and afters on that video, and I'll put on the description box all the videos that I've mentioned on this video, in case you guys want more information about the other devices. If you're using the device Ussera and you want to incorporate with the NIRA Pro, the Ussera is actually not radio frequency, but a similar idea than radio frequency, which I talk about on the Ussera video. I go deep into the technology of this device. Actually uses high frequency with ultrasound. But in a nutshell, it can be sort of in the radio frequency category, because it does include heat to go deep into the layer to stimulate collagen production. You can use them together. However, as I mentioned before, do not use it on the same day. And the Ussera, you only use 2 to 3 times a week, tops. I would not suggest to use any more than that. It's a very strong device, as I mentioned on that video. So if you are using the Ussera and you want to use the NIRA Pro, you can use them, but just make sure to not use it on the same day. So that goes to show that in general, you can incorporate your devices with the NIRA Pro. You just have to make sure you know your devices, information, instructions, and follow the instructions on your device, and be mindful of that. If you're using a device that has heat, do not use it on the same day, because this is a device that has heat, but it does give extra features and extra benefits compared to the radio frequency. So it's up to you if you want to combine them, or if you just want to use the radio frequency device for college production. That works too, but the NIRA works with other features, as I mentioned, with dark spots, and also hyperpigmentation, which I will be, again, having more before and after. So once I use the NIRA Pro for at least a month, I'll have an update for you guys. So that's basically my experience, and I wanted to answer these questions because they were amazing questions that I got asked during the week from my previous video. So make sure to check the other video as well that is introducing the NIRA Pro, because it has lots of information about everything that these two devices can offer for you for college production and more. And if you're interested in any of these devices, I do have a coupon code that can save you some money and also really help support my channel. So make sure to check my affiliate links on the description box below to save you some money, and I really appreciate that for you guys. So that is that. Let me answer some more questions from the chat, and I'm so happy to have you guys here. Please make sure to ask more questions if you have on the chat. So let me see here. So let's see, 10 tricks. Next question. How does this laser compare with the Medicube Ussera in terms of results and technology? Well, I kind of answered that on the last thing, but I think I'll go deeper into your specific question, talking about the different technologies, since you have that question there. So the differences. The NIRA Pro or NIRA Precision Laser uses non-fractional laser that goes deep into the dermis to stimulate college production. The NIRA does not heat the top layer of the skin, and it does stimulate the collagen, but the NIRA also addresses other things since it's a laser. This specific laser can help with hyperpigmentation, even broken capillaries, skin texture. It also helps with college production and pore size, which I have noticed a little bit. My pore seems a little more refined since I started using the Pro. The Ussera uses high frequency and ultrasound, and is actually a patent technology from Medicube that mimics a office procedure that is actually quite painful and expensive, but in a home use. So it is gentle enough to use it at home, but also very powerful. So that's why I tell to only use twice a week. I actually use twice a week. So make sure 10 tricks to watch my Ussera video, because then you can see my before and afters and compare which kind of results you can get with the NIRA. Once I do the NIRA video, I'll have more before and afters as well for the Pro. But my experience with the Ussera is that it does plump up the skin a lot. And the Ussera you only use twice a week for 7 minutes. And the NIRA you use every day for 3 minutes if you're only doing the face. So that is one of the differences as far as treatment wise. This one you only use twice a week for 7 minutes. You can use a third time, but I wouldn't even recommend. Like, you can still get results twice, but tops 3 times. And this one you have to have at least some days in between, at least 2 days in between before you use it again, because it uses very powerful patent technology. And the NIRA you can use every single day if you like for 3 minutes. It's more of a gentle heat. Both of these devices will not remove your fat. I have used, well, the NIRA Pro is just using, but the Ussera I used for 3 months, and I have a dedicated video on it, and I still have not noticed any fat loss. I have noticed with the Ussera that it did plump up a lot my nasolabial folds. The cheeks was a lot plumper, and definitely watch the Ussera video for more information on it. But the Ussera also you cannot use on the eye area. So with the Ussera you stop on the brow bone, not the brow bone, the cheekbone here, and you can use on the crow's feet, but you cannot use on this delicate area. You cannot use the Ussera on your eyelids. You cannot use the Ussera on your mouth or Fremen, I think this is called. You cannot use the Ussera on your thyroid, Cannot. And you can use the NIRA Pro on those areas. So that is the difference as well. But both of these devices will give you collagen production. So that is sort of one of the main differences. The technology definitely very, very different. As far as results, I just finished, testing the Ussera, and I use it for 3 months. So check out my before and afters and you can see my results. I loved it. I definitely saw amazing results with this for collagen production and plumpiness. And I did see some results from my pores and texture. But for as far as if you are concerned with hoods or specifically this area, you cannot use the Ussera there. So that is sort of, in a nutshell, the differences. But any of these devices would definitely give you really good results for collagen production, but the Ussera is more specifically for collagen production. It is a patent technology, completely different than laser. It will brighten your skin, but is not specifically for dark pigmentation. So hopefully I answered your question. You can put more questions on the chat that we can address them, but for sure, check out the Ussera video as well, so that way you can see my before and afters for comparison. Hi, Melanie. What do you think about the technology? What do you think about the technology of the Nira Laser versus the Joov's DPL? I actually got reached out by Joov's to try that device for collagen, and I will test it out down later this year because I don't want to test it together with the Nira. I always do one device at a time, but I will for sure test that out, and I'll be able to answer the question once I use the device. I have never used the DPL or IPL on my face. I've used many devices on my channel, radio frequency, but I've never used that. So I can really tell from personal experience, but it is a different type of laser that also goes very deep. So I will be able to answer that question once I tested the Joov's down later on this year. But I think the differences, main ones, is that the Joov's supposed to help with hyperpigmentation as well, collagen production, and it also says that it helps with I have lots of broken capillaries here. That's why I'm kind of showing my nose for you guys. I hope you can see with the lights. On my nose, I have lots of broken capillaries. And here, the NIRA says it helps with broken capillaries, so I would take my before and afters from the NIRA and see which kind of results I get, because I definitely want to try the Joov's for that, because it is specifically for those, issues, broken capillaries, and the hyperpigmentation. And the NIRA claim that it does help with that as well. So they do have similar claims, but since I just started using the NIRA Pro, I cannot tell you, how well it works for those claims. But there's great photos on the NIRA website from already people using for a while, before they did the, the clinical trials. So you can check that out. But I will be able to answer that specifically once I try the Joov's later this year, which they reached out to me. I'm excited to try it, but just not at the same time. And the NIRA, since they have similar claims, I want to make sure to do one at a time. So I will answer that better later down the line, but they are definitely different types of laser. The NIRA is a non-fractional laser, and the Joov's is an IPL laser. So hopefully I answered that question. Well, whether you are 46 or 47, look amazing. Thank you. And I actually have horrible brain fog, but I find that the other day, not recently, but people, after I turned 40, that is kind of funny. After I turned 40, I never really counted how many years I had. Like, I don't know, I just stopped counting. And somebody asked my age, and I was like, how old am I? And I think I told them 44, and at the time I was 45. Well, I told them 43, and I was already 45. And then I started doing the math. I was like, the math? I was like, what? I just had to do the math again, because I will be turning 46 next week, but I totally forgot. Like, sometimes I just blank out. I was like, how old am I? Anyway, it's so funny because my son is 4 and he wants to be older. And I remember when I was younger, I always wanted to be older. And now that I'm older, I want to forget how old I am. But age isn't truly, guys, age is a number. And that's why I think I forget about it, because I don't want to think too much about it, because I think age truly is how you feel. And as I'm getting older, which I'm going to have a video talking about that, guys, coming up soon, about my experience aging. And I had a lot of health issues as I aged. And if you guys follow me on my channel. And more for me, aging is not just wrinkles and, looking good. Age truly is feeling your best at any age. And I think that is totally possible. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the things I've learned as I'm aging. Maybe I'll do that for my birthday, talking about aging gracefully and being happy anywhere you are in your aging process. You can forget how old you are, because truly age is just a number. It's truly how you feel. And as I'm getting older, I find that feeling good as you age is the more important than wrinkles, because the wrinkles can look great, but if you're feeling really bad and you can't get out of bed or you have no energy, then it doesn't matter having no wrinkles. So I find that as I age, it's more important to feel good than look good. So I want to share some of my tips and things I've been doing to get there, you know, and as I'm getting older and thinking about it and forgetting about aging, because my channel is truly about feeling your best in any age, and I totally feel it's possible. If you have watched my videos, I'm on this journey and sharing my journey with you guys and sharing tips, and I hope you guys enjoy my videos and our hanging out. Thank you so much for being here. I love hanging out with you guys. I hope everything is well with you, and I will be back next week. I think on Wednesday I may do a birthday live. Let me know if you like to do that, and then I will see what I'm going to talk about. Maybe I'll do a tutorial. Maybe I'll talk about aging gracefully, because it'll be my birthday, and obviously I even forgot how old I am. I'll be 46. So now I know. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I hope you're healthy and safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.